talking about? What were we talking about?
If you're in a pinch and you need it, Barrett and I will let you use it.
Yeah.
So that's a good deal.
Well, sure you won't.
Yeah, we will.
No, you won't. I know you guys too well.
All right, I got to bounce this off.
He knows it too.
Yeah, exactly. All right, so Cowboy Week, and I couldn't let Cowboy Week go by without expressing my reasoning for my loathing of the Cowboys.
I've been waiting for this a long time.
So for starters, it goes back to birth. It was inherited. Like my dad hated the Cowboys, and it was there was if you even walked into our house with a Cowboys jersey, hat, coat, no, you can come in, but that stays outside. You're going to put that on the porch.
Really? That bad?
Oh, yeah. There was no games being played when it came to the Cowboys. Wow. It was real. It was real. Okay.
That's hardcore right
there. Yes, that's the way it was.
Well, your godfather was a part of the whole
Godfather was Jim Murray, the former Eagles general manager. In fact, in 1981, when the Eagles played the Cowboys in the NFC Championship game, the Cowboys loved to wear their white jerseys all the time.
Sure.
Back then, the home team wore the dark jerseys. Okay, the Eagles typically wore their green at home.
Right.
Which meant the Cowboys were going to get to wear their white.
Sure.
So Jim said, you know what? I'm going to play with their heads a little bit. I'm going to call Tex Schramm right now and tell him that we're wearing our white. You guys are wearing blue. Now, Ray Didinger can attest to this because Ray Didinger was sitting in the room with him when he got the call. The secretary said the Eagles are on the line. Just an FYI, they're wearing white and we're wearing blue. And Tex Schramm blew a gasket.
Really?
Right then and there, they were already in the Cowboys' heads for that game.
Oh, man.
Okay, that is the God's honest
Great
truth.
Psychological ploy.
A great move. All right. So for me, I'll give you some of the reasons why I feel this way. There's an arrogance level that's different with the Cowboys, and there's any team, including the Yankees and the Lakers and some of the teams that, the typical teams that bandwagon jumpers jump on and everybody else hates. It's a different level with the Cowboys. They haven't won a championship, guys, since 1995.
Right.
Now, looking back at that year, just to put in perspective how long ago that was, Bill Clinton was in office.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. The OJ verdict was read that year when he was found not if the glove don't fit, all that stuff.
Right.
The song Creep by TLC was a #1
Great
hit.
song. Great song.
Okay. Batman Forever premiered that year in movie theaters. Seinfeld was #1 in TV. And Michael Jordan returned from his first retirement.
When he was playing with the White Sox team down in
Birmingham,
Alabama.
This is when he came back, and you remember he wore 45 for a little while because his dad loved the number. It was the number when he was a kid.
Absolutely.
And I was a wee little lad in my rookie year.
You were a rookie. Barrett was a rookie. So that's how long ago it has been since they won, yet you talk to a Cowboys fan, and they act like they won it last year because that's the way that they are. Now, some of the players, I'm going to walk you through my childhood up to present day that made me hate the Cowboys. Dennis Thurman was a cheap shot artist extraordinaire. In fact, broke Harold Carmichael's jaw and broke his game reception streak with a dirty cheap shot on the sidelines. Yes. Harold regrets that he played for the Cowboys at the very end of his career too, by the way, as he should. Charlie Waters, one of their defensive backs, was a total weasel, as was Cliff Harris. Both guys were dirty, cheap shot artists, hid behind the big guys when a fight started, which is the typical Cowboy way. You had Tom Landry. Tom Landry stood there with that fedora on like he was the end-all, be-all, and this pristine, guy who was all about the – no, he wasn't.
Back then he wasn't.
No, he was about all the wrong things. He was the guy who ran it up on you.
I love stoking his fire.
When your team stunk, and Buddy Ryan got that. Buddy Ryan came in here and said, I'm going to stick it to that guy. And, in fact, after the Cowboys ran it up in the replacement game, the first game in 87,
I remember that.
Buddy, that next game, faked a kneel down by Randall, through to the end zone. There was a pass interference call. The Eagles scored on the very next play and ran it up on the Cowboys after all that went down. It endeared Buddy forever. Yes. Drew Pearson was a weasel. I mentioned Cliff Harris. Now, I like Michael Irvin now. I like him now.
Right.
But Michael Irvin then was the worst.
Okay.
He was the worst. He was the first down guy and all that stuff.
Oh, yeah. He did all that.
Always yapping. Yeah, doing all that kind of stuff. Nate Newton, who, again, guys you don't mind necessarily now. I couldn't stand him back then. Leon Lett was another one.
Lett.
Another one.
What did Leon do to you?
Oh, Leon Lett, always yapping. All these guys before the game, in game, all that. They were the worst. All right, so Leon Lett's another one. Deion Sanders was the worst. The absolute worst. Okay? Deion Sanders was that guy. And you knew when he went there what it was going to be. And, of course, he went over there and he became Mr. Cowboy and all this other stuff. He was a hired assassin. He didn't care about the Cowboys. He cared about where he was getting paid.
Right.
That's what he cared about. So Deion Sanders, Jimmy Stinkin' Johnson. Okay, I understand.
Hair never moved.
And he didn't want to shake hands with Buddy and the whole pork chop bowl and all that kind of stuff. Jimmy Johnson was the worst. Des Bryant, if you want to bring it into more present day, absolute. He would do this after he make a catch. Dude, your career would last like 5 minutes. Give me a break with Des Bryant. Ezekiel Elliott. Dude, you don't need to eat anymore. All right. You're already a slob. We don't need you eating anymore, Ezekiel Elliott. Enough already. Go away. And you're a shell of yourself, by the way, Ezekiel Elliott, with your little belly shirt on. Nobody wants to see your belly, dude. Okay.
You don't want to see the navel lint?
No, I don't. I don't like navel lint. I'm not a fan. Last but not least, Jerry Jones. And, you know, he had his 80th birthday yesterday. We had him on our
80th,
birthday list, whatever it is. Meanwhile, 45 face lifts. He looks like he's trying to be like he's 35 years old.
His eyes.
And it's not working, Jerry. Yeah, you're perpetually awake, and there's a reason for that. Okay? So these are just some of the reasons.
He can't feel his face.
No, he can't. He's the weekend.
Goodness.
He's the weekend. Yeah.
Oh, my goodness.
So, and the self-labeling of America's team. Give me a break. Not in my America. Okay, you're not the team in the least.
Right.
All right, so that is total nonsense.
So what you're saying is the Dallas Cowboys are the equivalent of British royalty to you?
Very similar. And you know what? Let's hope they have the same fate as the Queen this week.
Oh,
all right. Yeah, I said it. And last but not least,
oh my goodness,
to the Weasel Cowboy fans in this city who were born in this city, Dallas doesn't like you. They want nothing to do with you. Okay, you think they do, but they don't. They secretly laugh at you. They're saying, you see these guys in Philly who are walking around with the stars on their helmet? They think we like them. We don't like you. They don't like you. Nobody likes you. You're an outlier. You're an antagonist. You're Woody Woodpecker because you couldn't make real friends here. That's why you became a Cowboys fan. Nobody cares about you. Go away. Stop making noise. And by the way, it's been 27 years since your team won a championship. That's all I have to say. Thank you.
That was
Thank you.
Very well done. Very well done.
If we weren't hooked up to so many wires, I'd stand up and give you a standing ovation.
Right.
I think I pulled a muscle on one of those.
Yeah.
All right.
All the
I thought you were going to blow a gasket.
I almost did. All right. We're good.
Oh, my goodness.
All right. So let's go into the big games for week 6, guys. I'll segue right
Oh,
on
here we
that.
go.
All right.
Big game.
So I got a bunch that I think are good. Some are like,